Hello, I'm Jorb. I love gear. What a fun camera angle we've got today, huh? It's the only way I get these two big gray motherfuckers in frame. And what we're talking about today, Akai on these old synths and these old samplers. There's this jack on the back with 13 pins. It says sampler on the synths. It says voice out on the sampler. And when you plug the two together, you can have 6 individual voices coming out of the sampler, coming into the synth, and then introduced to the signal path at the same point as the oscillators move through the whole rest of that signal chain. You can think of it as one voice is the analog oscillator from the synth, and the other is whatever digital sample you have coming from the sampler. And they go through the same filter and envelopes and VCA, and then the chorus at the end. That's a pretty cool feature and a neat way to use two pieces of gear together. But this video is the way it is. I've tried to shoot it multiple times. I cannot find any sounds I really love. And it's too hard to get to a lot of them. It's not easy to balance. Using the sampler is pretty much a pain in the ass. So this video will be quick. It'll just be from this angle. I'll sample a few different things. Analog waves back in, a Rode sound from a little piano I got here, and then maybe just my voice and blend between them. But why I'm still doing this, 1, tell people it exists because it's dope, and 2, step through the setup because it's not super clear, some of the configuration and some of the settings, because it isn't super straightforward. Cool. So if you want to skip the setup, you can go ahead and do that. Alrighty. If you are subscribed and you're coming back, thanks for coming. I'm gonna break my neck trying to get around this angle. If you aren't subscribed, thanks for showing up. If you like what I have to say, you should subscribe. Helps me out a lot. I can never say it without flubbing. If you're interested in things like this, I have a full video on the AX73, and I like it a lot. Okay, let's focus, huh? But I'm gonna pull up my phone as my second camera here and show you the setup on both of these synthesizers. And so all the compatible hardware, I believe, for the samplers that are compatible with this, I believe it's this, the X7000, the S612, the S900, and the S950. Did I say the S612? I believe that's it. And for the synthesizers, I'm pretty sure it's this, the VX90, and the AX60, and that's it. The VX600 has a 13-pin jack out, but that's just for individual synth voices. Alrighty, I'm going to turn on the sampler, and you'll see it turns on, and it'll say set to load. My disk drive doesn't work, and I'm just going to sample things straight in. But the way you set it up, you go to MIDI. Receive channel is 1 that works for me. Transmit channel won't matter. We need to go to Omni, off, and then we need to go to monophonic. And then it should loop around. Program change will leave on. Okay, that's all we need down there. And here on the synth, let me back up a little bit. You see the screen? Yes. So we need to go to Edit Bank 0, because that is where all the settings for that second half of the mixer would be. So 5 is noise on or off, 6 is sampler on or off. We of course want that on. And then 7 is a blend. All the way up is the synth, all the way down is the sampler. So that is the synth. And that is the default sound that you get out of the X7000. I think it's just a sine wave. Cool. There's all of that setup. If you're using the VX90, the setup will be the same as this AX73. If you're using an AX60, it's right on the front panel. There's a button for sampler on or off and a fader to go between them. Cool. Great. So now, actually, you know what? I'm going to find a more, let's go to Bank 29. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And I will auto-tune that. Great, so this is just a sawtooth. I set it up earlier. This is a very steep angle to show you guys stuff, and it's harder for me to play. So I want Edit Bank 6 sampler on, Edit Bank 7 all the way to the sampler. Whoops, I said Edit Bank 0, 7 all the way to the sampler. So that's the default sound, and let's blend between them now. And I have to do this every single time. I need to turn up the output here. There we go. That already sounds kind of cool. I have the input of the X7000 plugged all the way back into my mixer, and so I can even send it just what's coming out of the X73. And so that's the first example I'll do. I'll line them up on the same note, on the same key, and I'll just have a digitally sampled sawtooth as my second oscillator. And so the way you sample on the X7000, if you haven't done it, you hit, God, I'll probably get my phone out. So sampling on the X7000, you hit new, and then you see this screen. C3 is fine, and so we hit new again. It moves us forward to the next option. Bandwidth, so the higher fidelity, the shorter your sample. Since we're just doing a quick little demo, I'll just do something in the middle, and we hit new again. And this lets you test. See, my mic is plugged in as well. My mic is plugged in as well. When you have the square here, you're just checking your levels, and you're setting your threshold. So I'm not clipping over the top here, and I'm going past my threshold. So I'm going to hit new. I'm going to have to stay quiet when I do it. Recording done. And so now, back down on the synth, change the balance all the way to the sampler, put down my phone. That is a digitally sampled sawtooth from right from here. Is it perfect? No, we like that though. And then as I blend in to the synth sound, and I can detune them with, I think, the tuning knobs here. There you go. Now we have two oscillators beating against each other. There we go. Dope. Let's do that with a more interesting sound on the synth, right? Maybe strings. Yeah, so again, I gotta do edit bank 0, number 6 on, number 7, balance. Am I hearing that? Yeah, get modulated. And I hope by now you guys can see why this was hard for me to make a video on. There's just so much finicking, and there's so much moving around, and there's so much setup. For noises that, you know, by the time you make it to the 15th step, they don't sound great. I mean, it sounds cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's not. You know, I'm not blown away by it because it is just in the end of the day, it really is just really cumbersome to configure and set up second oscillator. So okay, why don't we sample something more interesting then? If I'm going to complain about it, so let's hit new, and then I have a Reface CP plugged in right here. Love this little sucker. There we go. Let's go all the way down to the sampler. Okay. It doesn't work great on this patch, so let's go back to my 2.9. I need edit bank 0, number 6 sampler on, number 7. And it loops it. Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with the way it loops it, especially with something like that. But already completely overpowered by the synth sound. Edit bank 0. Oops, bank 1 0. Maybe slightly lower cutoff. Bank 0 7. See, again, maybe I'm just not giving it enough time, but I'm really not loving the sounds. Okay, I'm going to do one more silly one. I'm going to do my voice. New. Let's make it high fidelity. Ah, da dee dee doo dee dee. Oh, da dee dee. I cannot hold a pitch. This is the synth. Let's bank 07. Let's fade all the way down to the sampler. And the way that catches the loop is really unpleasant. And I know for sure if I was spending more time with the X7000, which mine is in terrible shape, I might be able to get it to loop a little bit better. I like the novelty of being able to put individually articulated analog filters on silly samples like that. But there's better and faster ways to do something like that. And fuck, it sounds so silly. I'm going to re-record my voice. I'm going to add chorus so you guys can't tell how out of tune I was. 4/5, chorus 2. See, already, I talk so much shit. I'm really enjoying this. Release. See, after all that complaining, I really enjoy that sound. I like that my voice isn't in tune. Turn down the LFO depth. I might pan over to the mixed out here and just listen to the reverb. Let's get another bit of my voice. Bank 07. Yeah, honestly. God damn it. I'm so annoyed that this sounds great. I love big, like, male choir sounds. Jeez. Alrighty, well, that's about all I got to show you, to be honest. You could, of course, do much more interesting things with the sounds you're sampling. I'm only doing anything at the exact same pitch and evenly cyclical. But I talk so much shit, now I came across a sound I really do like. Okay, that's probably going to be half the video, is me putzing around with that. But there you go. I don't know if this is a banger of a video, but it's certainly something I think is cool and interesting and want to show you. Again, I don't think most of the sounds are that good, and it's such a pain in the ass. Maybe it's specifically with the X7000 or my X7000 to get a sound that works in there. Or maybe I'm just not thinking big enough, and maybe I need to go... Maybe I'm not thinking big enough, and I need to go weirder. But there you go. My name's Jorb. I love gear. That includes the X7000 and the AX73. Everything Akai has ever made. That's this delectable gray with the red serif font. Just, it's fantastic. So there you go. My name's Jorb. I love gear. So long. See you in the next one.